Chas Chandler was the bass player from the British band The Animals. He later went on to produce Jimi Hendrix and the band Slade. So who better to learn blues walking bass lines from than Chas Chandler? In this video, I'm going to give you some tips that will help you to create your own great sounding blues walking bass lines. I'm going to use some of Chas Chandler's bass line from The Animals hit Dimples. And I'll use that to illustrate what he played and to show you some of those techniques. If you don't know the song Dimples, then definitely check it out. It's got a great walking bass line all the way through. You can get a transcription of all the examples I use in this lesson. That's in standard notation and tab. Just click the link below in the description to download that. Blues walking bass lines are less complex than jazz walking bass lines, but we can use some of the same principles. When creating a walking bass line, what you're looking to do is to use mainly 4 notes in each bar, and you're just looking for interesting ways to link up the different chords in the progression. The Animals song Dimples follows a 12-bar progression. If you need help with that, then check out my last YouTube video lesson, which is number 235, breaking down the 12-bar blues progression. This is a really basic version of the 12-bar progression. There isn't chord 4 in bar 2 or bar 10. The chords are as follows: F for 4 bars, B flat for 2 bars, F for 2 bars, C for 2 bars, and F for 2 bars. So you can see that it's a very basic form of the 12-bar blues. So let's start and look what we can do for those first 4 bars of F. Now, when we've got what I call a static chord, if we've got a chord that's repeated for quite a few bars, it's actually harder to create an interesting walking bass line than if you just had 1 chord per bar, because you've got more root notes that way. Okay, so we've got to look for some interesting ways to play a walking bass line over this 4 bars of F. I'm now going to play you what Chas Chandler played in the first chorus of Dimples for this 4 bars of F. So have a listen to that. What Chas Chandler's doing throughout Dimples is when he's got 4 bars of F, in the second bar he's playing a C root note at the beginning of the bar and in the 4th bar, okay? So he's playing F root note at the beginning of bar 1, C root note beginning of bar 2, F root note beginning of bar 3, and C root note beginning of bar 4, okay? So this just mixes up a bit and gives us something to aim for to kind of create a line that sounds good. So what he does there, he does a blues walk-up first of all, a chromatic walk-up. So he just goes from F to C. So he just goes F and then A, B flat, B, C. Okay, so it's 3 chromatic notes below C that he's aiming for. So F and then 3 notes before C. Okay, and then again for F. Okay, so F, C, F. Okay, so we're using, I just call these blues walk-ups. Okay, so that's a kind of system that will always work when you're going to different chords. You can use the 3 frets or the 3 chromatic notes below that target root note. So he's stepping up, and then he's coming down. Okay. All right, when you come down on the on walking lines, on blues walking lines, it's quite usual if you've got the root note to kind of play the flat 7. That's E flat. He's put some 8th notes in here, but he's kind of basically playing. So Chas is moving from F down to C. Okay. You could look at that as a kind of C minor pattern there in reverse. Okay, but really he's using F and then the flat 7 and then the 6th and then down to C. Okay, because remember we're kind of using C in the last bar, and then we just carry on down. Okay, so he's kind of using like the same sort of pattern but on C there. Okay, I'll play that whole 4 bars. Okay, so chromatic walk-ups on the way up and a kind of a scale pattern on the way down. Let's look at what he does in the next chorus. So this is the second chorus. I'll just play you that line now so you can hear any differences. If you're enjoying this lesson, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can do that by pressing the red subscribe button in the corner of the screen. And if you click the bell and select all, then you'll get notified as soon as I bring a new video out. So Chas is kind of walking up again. He's using F for the root note, and then C, and then F, then C. But he kind of carries on stepping all the way up, okay? All the way up to C and then back again. So he often uses these eighth notes at the end of the bar, these 4 eighth notes. But when he's using the same chromatic pattern at the beginning, okay, and then here he's using more of a scale pattern. Okay, that's a minor pattern. Okay, we've got a major chord at the top, but that minor pattern works. Really, it's because it's kind of pentatonic sound. It kind of works. Don't get too hung up on what scale or what mode you use. Just pick the notes and see if they work. You could use. You could make that a major sound. It would work as well. So they're kind of quite interchangeable in these walking lines. Just try the notes and see what sounds good to you. Okay, so we're using these kind of similar notes as to the last example as well. We've got these kind of E flats in there. We've got an A flat in there as well. Okay, let's look at another example. So this is from the fourth chorus, the same 4 bars. Okay, I'll just play that for you first. So actually what Chas Chandler's doing here is just playing that first example from the first chorus. He's just playing that up the octave, okay? It sounds really cool up there. What you can do in your walking bass line, start low and then you can gradually get higher up, okay? Just makes it sound different, but it's in fact the same line. So that's given you a few options of what you can play for those 4 bars of F. You've got to be guided by your ear, okay? There's certain things that just sound good, like when we step down, we use that E flat. Just kind of learn some lines that will work, and then you can use that and transpose it into different keys. We'll now look at the middle bar of the 12-bar section, which is 2 bars of B flat and 2 bars of F. And again, we'll have a look at what Chas Chandler plays in Dimple in a few different choruses and see if we can kind of pull some concepts out. So this is what Chas Chandler plays for these bars in the first chorus. Chas is using these chromatic walk-ups again. He's going from B flat to F. You can think about those 2 bars as one long scale, or you can kind of break it down. If you think about it as B flat and F, you've got these 3 chromatic notes below it, okay? Okay, so that's a pattern that you really need to know. Okay, so he's doing that there. Then F, G, A flat, B flat, A flat, okay? Okay, that's kind of, he's going to go back to F there, so he's just looking for a kind of few notes at the end there. And then F. Okay, when the F there, he's kind of going up at the first part, and then when he gets to the F, he's coming back down again. And he's kind of using that same descending pattern. We played it here. Okay, so he's using that same sort of pattern. Okay, all these same notes really. Okay, so when you have the F 2 bars here in this section, you can use ideas that you use from the first 4 bars. Okay. Okay, so he often uses these 8th notes, and you can repeat notes. So those last 2 bars, he's kind of using those C's there. I'll now play you Chas's line for this B flat and F from the 6th chorus of Dimples. He starts off with an octave jump. This is a really useful device. Okay, just instantly gets you an octave higher. B flat, okay? An octave is 8 notes. Okay. And that's a similar kind of descending line. We're using B flat and then the flat 7, okay? And then we've got this line. Okay, similar notes to the last example. He's just varying the rhythm. Okay, so that's quite a nice rhythm. So this is the second 2 bars. Okay. Okay, and these notes have a shuffle feel as well, which fits with the tune instead of okay, they're just written as 8th notes, but they have a shuffle feel. Okay, so I'll play that whole line. Okay, so when we're moving down, remember to use that flat 7. It sounds really nice. That's for the B flat and for the F. So that's a couple of options that Chas Chandler played for that middle section of the 12 bar. We'll now look at the last 4 bars. Okay, so we've got 2 bars of C and 2 bars of F. This is what Chas Chandler played in the first chorus for those last 4 bars. In the second bar, he's using a G root note, the 5th again. So when we're on F, we use the C root note for the next bar. That's the 5th. And here he's using a 5th again. He's in C. He's using G. Okay, and again, he's playing that walk up. That chromatic walk up, okay? So we're going from C to G, and we're just playing the 3 frets below. So hopefully you've really got that idea there of that blues walk up. You can use it all the time in walking bass lines. So those first 2 bars. Okay, just does a little kind of a chromatic little turn around here. That's B flat, B, B flat, A, okay. And he does that a few times, and then he's just stepping down again from F. Flat 7. Those same sort of notes, okay? So F, E flat, D, C, C, B flat, A, okay? So once you get these notes under your fingers, then you really get a good idea of which ones sound good all the time. Chas Chandler played a similar thing for these last 4 bars in each chorus, but he did do some other cool things as well. I'm going to show you one of those. So if we look at chorus 8, these last 4 bars, he plays some pedal notes and he's got a nice triplet in there as well. I'll play it for you first. Okay, so those last 2 bars are just pedal notes. F. Okay, we just stay on that root note. And that's what a pedal note is. And we're just using the octave, just F still. Okay, so it kind of just stays on F. It sounds really cool. And just before that, we've got a triplet. Okay, a triplet is where you fit 3 notes into 2. Okay, it's just C, B flat, A, F. Okay, they sound really cool in walking lines. There's loads of ways to do triplets. You can do, you can use kind of octave, fifth, root. You can do loads of things. Okay, but this one is, okay, so that line. So that kind of pedal note in the last two bars can sound really effective. So now we've covered some options for all of the 12-bar progression for Dimples. So Chas Chandler repeated lots of ideas, and that's what you'll do. You'll kind of come up with some main ideas and repeat them a lot for the song. But hopefully you understood some of those concepts. There's some things that you picked up that he was doing that he repeated a lot, like the chromatic walk-ups. When you walk down, you use that flat 7, use those pedal notes to start to use triplets. So you can use all these ideas and start to create your own walking bass line. So the essential parts you need if you're creating your blues walking bass line is to get some ideas for each of those 4-bar sections. Those 3 sections. Just get a few ideas from this lesson or from some other bass lines, and then you can add to that. You can learn from really great iconic players like Chas Chandler, nick some ideas from them and then just incorporate them into your own walking bass lines. It's important to try and understand what lines work and learn the patterns behind them, and in that way you can transpose them into any key. F is a bit more of an unusual key for blues. It's not unusual for jazz. It's a horn key, as it's called. It suits the horns, but you might want to play in G, in C, in A, in E, loads of different keys, so you can transpose these ideas. If you've enjoyed this lesson and you want to work more on your blues bass playing, then check out my 2 bass courses. The first one is Walk the Blues, that's American blues, and the birth of British blues, which is obviously British blues. So if you want details of those courses, then look below in the description. I'd love to hear what you thought of this lesson, if it helped you out at all. So leave a comment below this video and let me know. And you can really help me out by liking and sharing this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you felt you got value out of this lesson, you can always buy me a coffee. The details are at the bottom of the screen, or you can click links in the description. And definitely check out my website, gbshed.com. I've got those blues courses over there, loads more bass courses. You can get this t-shirt, and there are books over there and more free bass resources. So that's gbshed.com. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. Hopefully see you very soon in the next video.